see what sort of questions might be best for her to answer today.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Super happy to be here. I'm Midea. I work at GoDaddy as well. So I'm a researcher at GoDaddy, and my specialty is small business owners, but specifically website designers and developers. That's kind of supposed to be my expertise here at GoDaddy, but I do research on all types of things. So I'm here also as a small business owner myself. So I'm not just, participating, but also hopefully to get some more information as well. So I'm hoping to kind of lend a perspective from a researcher on small business and kind of the perspective that I take for using ChatGPT, and hopefully have like a couple insights that might help you with your business as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting into it. So, Jeffrey, do we have a first question? I know there were a couple like hints at questions.
Yes. Kimi, I know, was from Savannah, Georgia. Their business is the Stick Society, and it's a mobile cigar lounge, and trying to figure out what AI can do to help automate some things. Awesome. And possibly help with content marketing.
All right, well, let's take a look. First of all, this is ChatGPT. This is the one that we're covering today. There are tons of chatbots out there. You can go to chat.openai.com and you can create a free account. You just need to verify with a phone number. And then I'm going to open up smallbusinessprompts.com. This will redirect you to our blog where we have a prompt library. It's got a ton of quick links for you to learn how to use things like ChatGPT or Bard or Bing, a little bit more on the risks that I just talked about. We've got a little cheat sheet, and then more office hours coming up in the future. We have 3 sections. We've got business objective, category, and then vertical. We've got some of the business verticals down here. But I know I saw one on content creation. A lot of these will have automation. So I don't know if there's a specific area of the business that we want to talk about automating for you, Cami. But I'm just going to click into business operations here and see that if there's some things in here that resonate. So I always do this. It's like just a slightly wrong breakpoint for my table of contents here. So operations planning. This may be an opportunity for you to automate or to find opportunities to establish more processes for resourcing, inventory management, operational efficiency, all these kinds of ones I think sort of speak to me on the automation side of things. If you're thinking more on content marketing, I know you mentioned that a little bit later on. We can definitely get into one of those. Mireya, does any of these look like a one that you'd like to play around with? And I know that you work with a lot of processes in your work, so.
I do. One thing that I think is interesting, especially for the cigar thing, in which I'm always interested in, is inventory management and how we kind of manage processes and product flows. That I think is particularly interesting.
Yeah. All right. And you don't have to use all of these variables, but I'll just read this out. So act as an expert supply chain manager and create a comprehensive inventory management strategy for a cigar lounge within the, oh, wait, there we go. It's got a lot of variables here. We could say, like, if you wanted to add industry, sometimes it helps to put as much as possible so that we could say the entertainment industry, for example. And what you're doing right now by adding this, it might seem obvious or not. I don't know if it technically is an entertainment industry. It's sort of retail as well. Maybe retail and entertainment industry, is I'm giving these keywords to ChatGPT so that it goes into its knowledge of what it knows about the entertainment and the retail industries to find best practices. It will also figure out what it knows about successful cigar lounges and different advice that's been written online, potentially about ways to promote them or to, in this case, manage inventory. So it's kind of putting all these keywords that you've written together and going back to its corpus of knowledge to come up with something. So within the retail and entertainment industry, include methods for tracking inventory, strategies for managing supply and demand, shipping and returns, related costs, and plans for dealing with surplus or shortage situations. Is there anything you'd want to add to this, Maria? Any other questions on inventory management that we might want to get it to touch on?
I think not yet. That seems really comprehensive. And actually, when you added the retail and entertainment, I kind of held my breath because I thought, oh, I'm glad you did that, because I wonder if it's too specific, because I've never added 2 categories like that before. So I'm really interested to see what it'll say.
Yeah, we could even try and run 2 different ones and have one where we just say cigar lounge and see if it actually puts out more like different results. We could start a new chat and play with that, because you don't need to be this comprehensive. The prompts we wrote in our prompt library have been written and reviewed and tested not only by AI enthusiasts at GoDaddy, but we actually worked with some prompt engineers. So they've been tested to work with mostly ChatGPT 3.5, the free one. Let's just go ahead and run it and then let people
I
see it.
would also add that it's a mobile cigar lounge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. What? That's awesome. All right, I'm going to include this back in here again, and then we can always run it without if people are interested to see what the difference is about adding just a little bit more context. All right, let's run it. All right, so you can see right away it starts writing like so much faster than you would expect if this is the first time you've seen it. And it's pulling again from all of these different connections that it knows, and it's already starting to create an inventory management strategy by suggesting that you classify your inventory into different segments, apply the ABC analysis method. If you wanted to get more information, I mean, it does define it here, but you can always say, what's the ABC analysis method? And it'll just tell you how to forecast demand using historical sales data. You can actually, I don't know if you can do it with 3.5, but I think with 4 or with some other tools, you can like connect spreadsheets. We can't demo that unfortunately today, but there are some really cool plugins for like Google Docs and Excel that allow you to use ChatGPT and other tools to analyze data, which is super cool. Barcodes, RFID tracking, reorder points and safety stock. Like there's just a bunch of guidance here, right, on how to go about inventory management, including creating training and education. So again, a lot of the prompts that we have are going to be providing like guidance, but if you need to break down any of these steps, you can just ask them to do ask ChatGPT to do that for you. Cool.
Hey, Alycia, now that we have a list like this, I'm sorry if no one else has this question, but I have this question. When you're kind of presented with a list that's kind of comprehensive and specific like this, are you able to kind of drill down into it like, okay, which is the most important out of like these 10 processes? Will that work if we use a prompt like that?
Yeah, what I would probably do is say something like, which of these is most important? And now keep in mind that it might depend a lot on certain things. So one of my favorite things to add to any prompt is ask me any questions you need to know. And then what this will do is it'll probably ask like, well, what's the size of your business, or da da da. Here's a few critical elements. To better assess which aspect is highest priority for your mobile cigar lounge, I'd like to ask you a few questions. What are your current challenges? What are your goals? What are customer demands like? What are your financial constraints? All this is going to change how it prioritizes that list. So we could answer this. We can just make up some fake stuff right now so we don't put you on the spot, Cami, but like challenges are finding customers. You don't have to answer all these questions either. Anything you give it is going to allow it to do a better job of giving the custom response for your specific needs. So filling up a calendar is business goal. How important is customer satisfaction? Is very important. Any financial constraints? Let's say limited budget and no competition. Let's just say that. All right, now that we've given it some answers to what the questions are, it's going to go through and put them into the most important aspects here. So it ultimately picked one item for inventory management here, and it categorized. It looks like it actually looks like it's picked what we said was our goal around customer satisfaction through product availability. And now it's taking a couple of the items and putting it in order. So it's got a actual ordered list here of 1 to 6. And if we go back, I'm pretty sure I saw all of these in the original list. So there you go. Yeah, you can get it to ask us questions. It's the coolest thing. It's my favorite. I just found out about that a couple weeks ago. It was shortly before we started these office hours. All right. Got another one for us, Jeffrey?
Yes. This is from Mariette, I hope I said your name right. Greetings from Los Angeles. Empath Music for ads, TV, film, and other media. Question: what is the least known but most helpful, okay, time-saving applications for AI for micro businesses that we can implement immediately?
Yeah, so I probably can't give you a crazy list just because, GoDaddy cannot endorse any like third-party tools necessarily, but there is a cheat sheet here that you can download, which has a bunch of really cool tools uh, specifically for like chatbots like this, like ChatGPT, text generation for like creating ads and that sort of thing, and then also visual AI art tools that can allow you to generate iconography, art, for social or for your blog. Again, same sort of limitations. In fact, even other limitations apply, and there's more blog posts. We have tons of blog content, y'all. Please do subscribe to our Substack. You'll make Ashley on my team very happy. She's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. As a weekly newsletter on AI trends and stuff from our prompt library, as well as one monthly newsletter with our best blog posts of the month. So definitely check it out. And there's somewhere in here, we have like a logo, how to create a logo. Somewhere in here in all of our AI content, we have something about AI art as well. So I cannot give you on behalf of GoDaddy like a list of great tools, but I will say personally, I love futuretools.io. And it's like basically an aggregator of AI tools. Just beware, I cannot verify any of those tools are necessarily safe or vetted. So just, check and use your own discretion if you want to use anything from there.
Can I add something as a light user myself? This is not GoDaddy specific either, but two things I've used ChatGPT for was creating a calendar for myself. If I had like a list of things that I needed to do or I wanted to plan, I asked it to plan like what's most impactful, set in a calendar format, and then kind of exported it to myself. That was incredibly helpful to kind of organize what I wanted to do for my business, for one. And then two, as a researcher, because I always think about this, if you have the chance to do some competitor research in ChatGPT, that could be possibly very helpful for you. If you ask so for example, if you have like the cigar store, if you ask it to tell you the common factors between like the top 5 cigar stores in the nation, for example, and you're able to kind of look at what those differentiators are for their business, that might give you some insight into your own. So that might be interesting for you as a small business owner.
Yeah, there's one in here. I can't remember if it's in starting a business or business operations, but it's got a competitive analysis one. Might be digital marketing.
I knew we had one like that. I'm glad you're looking for it because I wasn't able to find it.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. Market positioning, definitely. And I think that there's one in the SEO category as well, specific for I think there's some on the keyword strategy, which look at potentially the competition level of keywords. But Maria, what you're saying about, competitive analysis is really cool, because with ChatGPT, if you pay for like the full version with ChatGPT 4, it actually has access to the internet, and it will like search Yelp and like give you a list of like competing businesses or businesses you could partner with. That would be really great to boost both of you with similar audiences. So it's it's $20 a month. I think we're not, selling on behalf of OpenAI or anything, but my personal life, I found access to GPT-4 is super helpful and much better output. I also just asked, I was like, what are some saving applications of AI for small business? Obviously creating chatbots for customer support. There are some amazing tools that I know Google and Microsoft are adding to email, which I'm very excited for, to make it easy to summarize your email inbox and to automatically reply. Or to automate the response process, virtual assistants, predictive analytics. I think we touched on a little bit. For me, social media and content marketing, I would love for somebody to ask some questions about this, about what your challenges are, because we have some great prompts, and as you saw, lots in the digital marketing realm. Accounting and finance, we don't want to get into that today. We are not financial advisors. We are not legal tax people here. Data analysis, HR, and recruiting. I have used ChatGPT a number of times to create job descriptions. It's amazing. It's a lot of stuff I would never have. Personalized marketing, again, some really cool tools here. Translation, it's so good at translation. again, lots of data analysis and different sort of things you can use. So hopefully that's helpful for you, Maret.
Christian Nell asked, I'm looking for content creation to market my novels for ages 9 to 13.
All right, to market your novels. All right, so what do we think? Which one of these do you want to try, Mireya? Sorry, say your name. Generate a content calendar.
Let's see. Drafting. I like the blog post. Is that too general? But
Yeah.
when I think of marketing, blogging, and any kind of content, that content calendar is also my second favorite one. So whichever one you think is the most bang for the buck.
I think this one, for people who haven't seen it before, is always a really good one to run. So embody the strategy of a skilled content manager and develop a comprehensive 6-month content calendar for a novel writer. I think if we knew a little bit more about the genre, that would really help. A novel, an author in the, do we have a genre? Do you want to pick one? We can just do one for funsies. I'm going to pick fantasy. It's not. Oh, fantasy. Oh my God. Can I type here today? Yeah, I can. In the fantasy genre. The calendar should account for relevant holidays, industry events, and the unique content needs of each month, ensuring a consistent and timely flow of content. Okay, so anything you'd add to this one, Mireya? You can just run it and see what happens and adjust as well. Let's see if Maret's got anything else in there. Good to go? All right, I'm running it. All right, so it's going to go ahead. Starting in January now for us. If we wanted it to start in December, we can definitely ask. New Year's fantasy resolutions, setting writing goals and resolutions for the year ahead. Okay, so I think this is thinking, I don't know if it's getting confused about whether this is for an author or for somebody who's targeting authors. Setting writing goals and resolutions. Okay, that could work. Character spotlight, introduce or delve deeper into a prominent character from your series, share the most romantic scene or relationship in your fantasy books, give readers a glimpse into your writing process. So it's got a lot of different ideas. Now, if I wanted to actually act on these, I could say, can you output this as a table and see if it'll actually turn it into a spreadsheet for me. And so this right here, you could copy into, Excel or Google or whatever. You can have it break down and do, each week as a separate idea. You can add it to get it to add the social captions to promote the blog post. And then if we like any of these, we could ask it to write the blog post. So I know, Mireya, you wanted to do the drafting one. We'll see if you have any ideas. Also, definitely recommend we try the humorous video scripts because those are just fun. They're just really fun. All right, act as an expert blog writer and help me to write a blog post about, let's do World Building Wednesday. And I don't really need to give it a lot of context because I'm in the same chat. So it's really important to note that it remembers stuff from earlier in the chat. Every once in a while, if you get a really long conversation, it's worth starting a new one, but I don't have to tell it. It knows because I'm in the same chat about what I've told it for my business already. So act as an expert blog writer and help me to write a blog post about World Building Wednesday. Research the market and write a 500 1,000-word blog post that is engaging, informative, and relevant. The tone of voice for the brand should be, does somebody want to throw an adjective in the chat? I need this blog post to captivate readers with a headline that will get a high click-through rate. I'm going to put...
You got fun.
Fun? Okay. All right, let's go.
Thank you, Heidi. Fun and interesting.
Yeah. Get ready. I'm going to ask for a couple more improv things here. So it's going ahead and put a title, Unlocking the Magic of World Building Wednesday. Dive into fantasy realms like never before. And here you go. Here's a blog post. Are you ready to embark on a journey to fantastical realms where magic swirls in the air? It's fun. It's supposed to be fun. Immersive, yeah, it's just basically gone ahead and written something. And like we mentioned at the beginning of the call, you want to read it through, make sure it's something that you feel good about. But you can ask it, like, add more whimsy. And it'll go ahead and update some of the wording. it's like added the word whimsical a bunch of times. Like, it's just started to write it in a little bit more of a, they're living, breathing characters. It's even pulled in some examples from different books like Narnia and Harry Potter. So this is really cool. You can really get it to write like specific authors even. It's really interesting. It can, write a poem on any topic in the style of two very different artists and kind of pull together influences from both. It's pretty neat once you get into like the actual creative process with ChatGPT and other tools like it. Yeah. Awesome. And then if I wanted, I could turn this into a social post. So let's do that. I'll even just write it like here, like write 5 options for an Instagram caption to promote this post. And then you can see it's added really cute emojis. It's added some examples of hashtags. Although I've found some like mixed feelings about the hashtags that it suggests. So I would recommend working with the social platform to see what comes up for your relevant keywords. There you go. All right, social media. Somebody wanted more social media. We can definitely do that.
Yes, Myriad wanted more social media. I'm going down to increase our hits in followers and to target prospective clients. Music for advertising.
Music for advertising. All right. So I'm hearing 2 things. One is like formulate the strategy and boost advertising campaigns, it sounded like. I'm not sure I'm seeing the question. Oh, some people are excited though. Okay, I see it now. Music for advertising. I'm glad people are enjoying the content. That's awesome. My chat was slow, and so I'm just catching up here. So how to target prospective clients, increase followers. Okay. Well, let's try and see what the social media strategy one has here. And we can always add that little note, ask me any questions before you proceed. And then it'll ask you a bunch of questions, usually about your goals and your audience and all that kind of stuff. So the more you can add that in the prompt up front, if you're not going to get it to ask you questions, just give it as much great information as possible. Otherwise, you're going to have to end up being like, no, my brand is not super professional. My brand is fun and funky. And then it'll change the output. So act as an expert social media strategist and formulate an all-encompassing social media strategy for so music for advertising. Is that the business vertical, Jeffrey? I
was just wondering about that too.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
for a company that provides music for advertising. Okay, this must encompass selection of fitting social platform. Let's just say TikTok and Instagram for now. The establishment of a compelling brand voice for, I think this is your business name.
Myriad also said LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn wants LinkedIn.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. And then, we said P&G, right? For the company P&G. Hopefully that's right. Mapping out your content strategy. Listen, if I get anything wrong, go get your own ChatGPT account and do it yourself. That's why we're here. So, okay. All right. Mapping out your content strategy and setting up measurable metrics for success. Leverage your creativity, strategic thinking, and a keen understanding of audience behavior for each social media platform. I'm in Canada, so that's why that's getting underlined. So notice that a lot of these prompts have a role. Again, coming back to context for the prompt and for the massive amount of information it needs to sort through to answer your question. We're saying, look through all you know about being an expert social media strategist. Don't just look at like the beginner stuff. Like look at the stuff maybe that's more relevant for this year. And so all that will be tied into like what it looks at for authoritative sources for expertise in social media. All right. Anything else you would add to this one, Maria?
Can we give it, does this one have a tone to it? So did we want it like, Marette, did you want it more like a serious strategy? Like, are you more like fun music? Like, what kind of tone are you trying to set here?
Yeah, and while we're looking at that, I don't know if Jeffrey missed anything else from Miret in the chat, but I know targeted ads is also going to be posted the strategy. So
Yeah, that was the only other thing. Myriad says branded music for
we provide music,
catchy earworms.
catchy earworms. Okay, perfect.
Jingles, maybe? That's
Yeah,
the word
all
I
right.
always think of.
Yeah, jingles. Why not? All right, let's run it. Certainly, I can help you formulate a strategy. It always has this little preamble. You can ask it to not do that. Just say, don't repeat this back to me. All right, social media platform selection. TikTok's great for sharing catchy music and jingles. Collaborate with influencers. Create short videos featuring your branded music. LinkedIn is a more professional platform where you can connect with clients and partners, share thought leadership content about the importance of music, case studies, industry trends, network with advertising professionals and brands, and build relationships. So the brand voice should be dynamic, get creative. Your soundtrack to success. We're passionate about creating unforgettable audio experiences that resonate with your brand. Like, join us on a journey of sonic storytelling where music meets advertising and your message becomes a melody. Like, how beautiful is that? I just love it. It has a lot, it's pulling out from basics of what works well on these platforms. So behind the scenes content, anything you can do to humanize your brand on TikTok, user generated content, trends and challenges. Yep, that's TikTok. And then here's LinkedIn, thought leadership, industry news, partner spotlights, employee profiles, a little bit more of that professional buttoned up LinkedIn style vibe. Measurable metrics for success. Again, it's going through every part that we asked it for in our prompt. Again, the prompts from our prompt library are quite hefty. They're really good as like a starting point. So yeah, and if you're like, I don't know how to track the performance of targeted ads, like ask it. And especially if you're using GPT-4, you'll be able to get links to the official documentation that it'll be able to pull from. And you can break any of this down into smaller steps. And one of the tools, somebody had asked about automation earlier. One of my favorite tools that I will talk about, again, personal recommendation, not GoDaddy's, is Goblin Tools, goblin.tools. I think it was meant for like kids doing like school projects because it's like a task list breakdown. It literally like, how do I do this? And it gives you a whole checklist and you can open up any of those items and it'll break that item down into more. And you can just infinitely break down to the babiest of baby steps. I love it. It's a great little tool if you're not sure where to start or you just need that tiny little step to get you going, which I know as business owners is, probably a big challenge all the time. Cool. Sounds like this one was a win with Miret. So yay. We need more questions, people. Challenge us. Give us a curveball.
Mara just a little 13 minutes ago had asked, my business is a temporary tattoos for those who've had mastectomies. Can AI help with social media strategies between the different types?
Yeah, different types of social media, I'm guessing. All right, let's see. We can talk about growing and engaging your audience might be a good one. And then I think this one will probably recommend some platforms. It's only got one variable as well, which is always nice and easy. So let's check this one out. I'm going to start a new chat. And this is a temporary tattoo business. Oh no, somebody's going to have to help me spell this now. For who had mastectomies. Hopefully I spelled that right. But here's the thing. If your spelling or your grammar is wrong, it doesn't matter. AI is going to fix it for you and figure out what you're trying to say. So
That's right.
Act as an influential community manager and outline strategies to grow and engage the social media audience of a business that sells temporary tattoos for people who have had mastectomies. Provide techniques for increasing followers, optimizing profiles, and using hashtags effectively. Offer advice on fostering engagement through interactive posts, contests, and user-generated content. Guide entrepreneurs on building relationships with their audience by responding to comments, messages, and reviews. Empower entrepreneurs to cultivate a thriving social media community and drive brand loyalty. Whew, it's a big one. Let's go. Sorry, I should have asked you, Maria, if I missed anything, but we can see if there's any output you want to adjust here.
I think you got everything on that one.
All right, so define your audience and brand voice, understand your target audience, their needs and preferences. This is something maybe we can come back to after this, Maria, and I would love for you, just with your knowledge and your background with what you do at GoDaddy, to like help us maybe craft a prompt to think through your target audience, because I think we saw there wasn't like a ton. And I know Stacy is off this week, so she's our author for the prompt library. Optimizing the social media profiles, obviously, you know, creating a beautiful profile picture and cover photo, which, by the way, GPT-4 now comes with DALL-E, which is another OpenAI tool, and it's an AI art generator. So in chat, you can actually generate images. And we actually did this on last week's office hours. And so if you want to go back and check out that recording, it's on YouTube. Impactful bio. Again, once it knows more about your business, you can be like, hey, help me write a bio for my business. Ask me any questions you need. And then it'll ask you about your mission and values and your goals and your audience and help you. You can be like, generate 10 of them so I can pick the best one. Like, it's awesome. Content strategy, share educational content about typewriter tattoos, mastectomies, and body positivity. Feature testimonials and success stories. Obviously, that's great for this type of business. Highlight the importance of self-expression and confidence. Like it gets the business. It's awesome. Yes, you can add in your web address or your business name, and it'll, you know, go ahead and you know, redo this so that it's more specific to your business. You could again add more details here. Again, I'm not going to go through these all in complete detail because the hope of these sessions are that you all learn how to do this for yourselves and have fun with it. Anything else you'd add here, Maria, or any ways that you'd want to adjust it or poke at this question from Mara?
I don't think so. It looks really comprehensive to me, but it's hard to know what her desired output would be. But to me, I mean, you asked like, I'm really impressed by these questions you ask because I seem to like go step by step by step by step, and you put it all in one prompt, which is amazing because it just all comes out at once. I think I'm going to overload it.
Yeah, you know, there's one prompt I will show you all that is insane, and it actually needs GPT-4 to run. It's in our retail category, but it probably could be in like food and beverage and a bunch of other ones. But this is like the best prompt we've ever written, and it's like this big. Look at this thing. It keeps going. It just keeps going. It's just so long. And this is actually a prompt for how to create a schedule for your business when you have all these different shifts each day and different overlapping shifts, and you have certain people with certain availability. Like this is a huge problem for a lot of businesses. And this prompt does not work very well in the free version of ChatGPT, but in the paid version, it's asking you, it goes step by step. So it will actually step through availability and how much is their hourly rate, because it'll optimize based on the lowest cost. So it's like almost impossible to do this, you know, just with spreadsheets. So it's pretty great. It's a prompts. All right. My side quest there. People are stoked in the chat. Really get lots of great use of these, and you know, shout us out on social. If you include that to all our leadership at GoDaddy and let them know that this is doing in the new year, I would love to keep doing these office hours, and feedback from you all is super important in that process. We can toss it up to Maria, see if you've got something you want to poke at.
Yeah, I don't know if you're cutting out a little bit. I don't know if that's just me. Hopefully it's just me. Is she cutting out for anybody else, or is that just me? It's just me. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm here, Ellen.
I heard you cutting out.
Oh, Mara says yes, yes, cutting out. Oh well, but I'm here. I heard my name. Oh, it's cutting in and out. Oh, okay. Well, Alycia, you were going to say something to me. If you don't mind, can you say it and then also type it just in case someone misses it?
I need a question.
Oh, you need a question?
I need for your business.
Okay,
Or
you're
anybody.
cutting it out. I think
Here,
you
I'm
said
gonna
you need
stop
a
my
question.
video.
There we go. Oh, you're back. I'll stop mine for now too. Great. Well, I have a question. This is something that I've kind of struggled with before, and hopefully I can get some insight. And hopefully it's something that everyone else has kind of struggled with too. It's kind of where to start. When I think of course, when I do like market research and stuff as like a career, it's kind of straightforward for me. But as like a small business owner, one of the things that I like to do is look at like social media, how other businesses are doing, what they're doing. But I'm interested in kind of creating a prompt where, and I can tell you what I've done before. And it's basically like kind of what I mentioned earlier, which is I ask it like, hey, tell me like, what are the top top selling people in my vertical, for example, and what do they have in common? So I've kind of started there, but it's very general. And I was hoping during this office hours, we could kind of brainstorm a way to make it like a bit more specific and usable, because I think that's probably applicable to a lot of people on the call.
I love that. I swear, maybe Ashley, I know I saw Ashley in the chat. I wonder if there's like a good competitive prompt.
Mhm.
Oh, competitive sales techniques I did see there. I think it was in at least one of like the categories. Again, we're working on making this more effective prompt library all the time. So I think there are some prompts somewhere in here. Have fun looking around for them. Let's say you sell digital goods.
Mm-hmm.
One might be in
Any
here.
prompt. Here we go.
Yeah.
Improve.
Keep up with marketing trends. There might be some interesting nuggets in here. Yeah,
That's
here's
a
the
good one.
vertical. Yeah. So I think your idea of like tell me the top selling people in my vertical, I'm going to keep that in here and see what happens. So I'll also use GPT-4 so y'all can just see how it scans the internet. Acting as an expert in e-commerce and digital marketing trends. Okay, somebody in chat, throw me a vertical. Business owner who is finding it hard to keep up with the rapid changes in the digital marketing best practices. Your advice should focus on strategies to stay informed about trends, easily adaptable marketing techniques, and the best practices for applying this knowledge to their e-commerce business. Also tell me the top selling people in my vertical and what do they have in common. All right, we need a vertical. While we're waiting, I also wanted to say that there is a prompt that I just love. I think it's in the starting a business category that I just used my husband in his business the other day, and it's for where is it? Cost-effective marketing strategies. This one is so cool, and
That is a good one.
Yeah, I feel like for a lot of people, like cost-effective, super important. But that using it in GPT-4 is how we found out about it can find you partnership opportunities, and so he's got an auto.
We're not getting any.
Oh, no vertical.
Go ahead.
Do you want to pick one, Marie?
Yeah, what about retail? That seems to be very common, at least in the small business owners that I talk to. So retail or beauty is another one that I feel is really common.
Oh yeah. Let's start with makeup, beauty industry business owner. I'm gonna go with that, and then I could add retail, like something like that. Retail, makeup, beauty industry business owner. Da 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 da. Let's just see what happens. I know I'm probably still cutting out. Hopefully not, but all right. So it does look like sometimes it goes slower. It also could be my internet. In case it's cutting out. Okay, thank you, Maria.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear you typing, and in my head it's ChatGPT.
You know what? I hear that too when it's doing its little output. It just, it's like the little printer. Gosh, I'm really dating myself, but the dot matrix printer. It's like tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. It looks like it's going slow, but it might be my internet. Generally, GPT-4 is not slower. It could just be a lot of people using it. And then I'm waiting for it to actually pull. Here we go. This is where it can probably Oh, this is common trait. It just pulled the common traits. It's not actually pulling the top people in the vertical. So we'll see if it can do that in the next request here. But I love how it's got some options for you to stay informed. You could say like, hey, give me a list of industry publications and blogs. I mean, it's actually got a bunch here. Give me a list of webinars and conferences I should attend. Here's some techniques for your business that we see in the beauty industry specifically. And then some just best practices in general. And you can see just the way it does its headings, that it's either answering what we asked for or it's pulling from what it knows. Okay. What are the top makeup brands globally? All right, as of April of 2023. Oh, interesting. I would have thought it would have pulled. So GPT, I thought it was only GPT 3.5, but yeah, GPT-4, like in terms of what it's been trained on, is up to April 2023 at this point. So it won't know anything after that. Maybe we can find another prompt to show how ChatGPT-4 can search, because it can search the internet. I've seen it do it. So it just doesn't have access for like general knowledge, I guess.
And Mara asked, can it provide a list of potential partners? We can contact information if we're being specific.
Yeah, for sure. So this is where I'm going to play with this one and see if it gives me the output I need. We do need a business and a location. If somebody wants to drop one in, act as a successful entrepreneur and business coach. You're advising me on starting my first small business in the blah blah industry. Guide me through the essential steps for launching in this space or online. In particular, explain how to perform market research, research legal requirements, develop a solid business plan, and efficiently allocate your resources. Actually, this one isn't going to give me what I wanted, but I'll still list of potential partners, contact information. Let's just do that. And you give me a list of potential partners. And instead of contact information, just because I want to be careful not to have personally identifiable information as part of this demo today, partners and their website addresses. I run auto detail business. I just know this word for me. And let's say in Seattle, Washington. All right, come on, GPT-4. Now I see it's thinking. Definitely thinking. By the way, ChatGPT does have a mobile app, and it's so fun. And if you have GPT-4, you can talk to it, and it will talk back, and you can choose the voice that it responds. It's a little slow. It's a very new feature. So now you can see it's definitely searching. This is my experience that I was trying to show, so I'm glad it's working. And then it's also going to search Yelp at the end, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of getting a list right now, and then it's going to, it's actually going to a website it knows has authority in this kind of thing, car fixations. I've seen it do this before where it just looks at like other sources. And there you go.
This is awesome. I've only used 3.5. I've never used the 4 with that integration with the internet. This is awesome.
I can just ask it. You can stop it. If it's like not answering the way you wanted it to, you can stop it and then it can output as a table for you. There you go. Pretty cool, right? I mean, like, this is awesome. Like, I can just drop this into Google Sheets and like start putting yes, no, contacted, waiting for response, whatever, follow up on this date. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, you're good. We got a question from Heidi, and oh no, where'd it go? Here it is. Sometimes it provides so much information, I don't know how to manage it all. I feel the same way. And how to best put the guidance to good use. I'm an artesian spirits distillery owner and operator, and would love to know how best to implement all this valuable information to best help my boutique business success. Any thoughts, please?
That's awesome. You know, that's a really good question. And that's one of the problems, sort of, I think, with one of the unspoken problems that we don't really talk about is like, there's kind of a sense of overwhelm when you have all this guidance, like, how do I prioritize it? That's why I did, like, mention Goblin Tools. It's like a really good way to like break down what the next step is. So I'm just going to drop your thing in here. I'm an artisan spirits distillery owner and operator. I would love to know how to best implement, I'm going to say marketing strategies to help my boutique business success. Ask me any questions. Anything else you'd add to this, Mireya?
Let's see. Looking at how the best implement market strategies. I would break it up by platform. If we're doing like online or offline or social media by the platform that I'm using.
Yeah.
And Heidi also put their website in the chat as well.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. All right. We're going to just focus on the 3.5 because it doesn't know, it won't be able to know, it might be able to know who you are. We can say, where is your business located, Heidi? In Kings Island Distillery, located in King Island, Tasmania. Hello.
Yeah, Australia. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is great.
Makes me so happy. Missed that somehow when we were asking everybody where they were from. So this is cool. All right. So again, I asked it to ask me any questions. Do you have a website? Yes, we have a website, and it's saying what you should do on your website. Happy to take recommendations. Don't care about my spelling. Which social media platforms are you currently using? Currently on Facebook, let's say. Open to adding new social accounts. I'm just going to skip some of these. So it's got just general advice here. What keywords should I target for SEO? Encourage satisfied customers. How can I get customers to leave reviews? What are some local events I can work with, or partners and media outlets? Let's just see. And I have all these questions, right? So I know I'm not really necessarily answering your question. I might be making it worse, Heidi, but generally, I would say ask it how to best prioritize and get it to ask you the questions. Oh, it's already got local media here. So I'm just going to go ahead and move along. It's got some recommendations for platform-specific strategies like Mireya had added to our prompt. And it knows that on Instagram you want visually appealing stuff. On Facebook, it's best to target ads to specific demographics. Participating in local events, it can probably find some of those for you, but again, it's only going to have data up until April 2023. All right, great to hear you already have a website and a presence. Here's some website recommendations. Here's some SEO keywords. Notice it's taking into account the location as well, which is super important for a local business. Getting customers to leave reviews. Here's some things you can do. For local events, look out for food and beverage festivals, craft fairs, farmers markets. Consider hosting your own events. Partner with local restaurants, bars, and retailers. Collaborate with local artisans or food producers. Contact local newspapers. It didn't actually give you a list. You could, give it a more specific prompt and be like, what are some media outlets I can contact? And then if it gets one question, there you go. It's got a bunch, and hopefully these are sounding right to you. Awesome. So I don't know if all of these are necessarily, a lot of them look like they're focused specifically on King Island or Tasmania, which is cool. So there you go. And then if you wanted to, you can ask it to go another step further and pull the contact info or the website. So it's a lot easier for you to find. So hopefully it's helpful. Yeah, it does know who you are. So it's really interesting. Like I remember asking it last week. I think I asked GPT-4, but like, what is GoDaddy's AI office hours? And I was like, okay, I did this on like the voice chat one. Last week's was a fun demo. It was really good. Charles Wilk has like played around with a lot of AI stuff. So it's a good one to go back and check out as well. This one has been really effective as well. Maria brought some really cool ideas. So yeah, look, it knows what we're doing right now. It's so exciting. So it's got a bunch of citations as well, which is another thing that I love about GPT-4. So woohoo!
I love that. I know we're running a little bit low on time,
I
but
know.
Mara has a I think last question. Can it help with creating and disseminating press releases?
Oh, that is a good one. I'm gonna go back on video, see if it. Let me know, you guys, if I suddenly drop out. Okay. Yeah. Can you help me with creating and disseminating PR? Yeah, press releases. It would be good to know more about the business, Mara. Oh wait, no, this is back to your. I think Mara. I might be confused because there were two different people. It was Mara's. I was the temporary tattoo business, I think. Hopefully. Anyway, it's got some generic, sort of. Yeah, thank you, Mara. So you could say, if there's a specific topic for your press release, you can definitely get it to write it for you. I think we have in the content creation one for white papers, and that feels like not exactly the same, but maybe Ashley, I know Stacy's off this week, but maybe next week we can get her to add one for press releases. We have cold pitch emails in here, which would be good if you're trying to get placement for a press release. I think you could probably take the drafting blog post one and probably modify it. So that's for press releases. Titles and headlines also is a good one that would probably be helpful. And yeah, ultimately, if you give it a topic and you give it lots of details, like I said, you can just free write. You do not have to write amazing prompts like the ones that we've had curated in our prompt library. You can just free write and say, these are all the details I know about a situation. In fact, this is my favorite way to prompt ChatGPT is just blurt it all out. Just let it free write off your fingertips and then let it make sense of it. And it's really great for kind of a brain dump. Yeah. Cool. ChatGPT does access Google. It accesses it with version 4, which is you have to pay for. So 3.5, what we've been using, is free. Yeah, I'm so glad that some of you got something out of this. Like I said, that's why we're here. We think this is a groundbreaking, invention that's going to put business owners ahead and help them out. And our mission here at GoDaddy is to radically shift the economy towards life-fulfilling ventures. So we're, hoping that we can do that for you all and help you get the most out of this, so you can, spend more time running your business and less doing the stuff that is just necessary. Yes, Ashley, please check out the Substack newsletter. It'll be in the chat, and as well, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description. Any other final thoughts, Maria or Jeffrey, that we want to highlight from the chat or from anything we want to do?
I just want to say thanks, Alycia. We're just thinking and you're making things happen. So I really appreciate it. It's nice to see like a real expert working on this. It makes it so much smoother than kind of just hunting and pecking by myself.
Yeah, I'm so happy to help. Yeah, I'm definitely not an expert. Don't call me an expert, but thank you. I'm definitely very passionate about this. And I think that, yeah, hopefully you all can come again to a future office hours. It's been really great. Thank you so much, Maria, for bringing all of your great insight and suggestions. Definitely going to have to get you to help us make some awesome prompts based on customer research, because we're clearly lacking that one. And I know we need to advertise press release. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully you had fun.
Thanks everyone so much. I know. Thanks, everyone. Y'all are amazing. Have a great, I don't know where I was getting Wednesday. I think I said Wednesday earlier. Have a great Monday, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I think I was trying to take us too far into the week. Have a good one, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.